Hey, good morning everybody, it's Mike, and thanks for jumping on here with us this morning. Hey, do you remember that old fable about the little chicken, Chicken Little, that got hit on the head by an apple falling out of the tree? And Chicken Little runs around the town telling everybody that the sky's falling, the sky's falling. Remember how funny that little story was when we were kids? Well, today's environment kind of reminds me of that. The sky's falling. The sky's falling. I mean, just getting one set of events totally confused with what's really going on out there. A good friend of mine has this saying that he repeats often, and I used to really find it very annoying. Didn't like it at all. And now I find myself repeating it about every day. And it's this: you know, things are never as good or bad as they seem at the time. No matter what the subject was, he used to always say that. You know, things aren't as bad as they seem. Things aren't as good as they seem either. I'm like, that's true. I used to really find it annoying, but I still do to some degree, but it's true. Things are just never as bad as they seem. I think now as an opportunity to observe how people are trying to manipulate us in day-to-day life from many different angles, using fear and drama to influence us. You know, folks, it's not just politicians. They love to do that too. They love to try to scare us and create false drama to influence our decisions. But then again, it's not just the politicians, is it? It's in real estate too. Fear and drama. Let's take a look. The media, the drama, clickbait to drive ad rates. That's why they do it. Using disproportionate headlines, stuff that's not true, that either scares you or get you all worked up, get you inflamed. Throughout world events, you want an example? You want to go back a couple years to COVID? The media using drama as clickbait. Why do they do that? To drive their advertising rates, to get more eyeballs clicking on their stuff. And then they're able to charge their advertisers higher rates because they can say, look at all the people that read our publication, that watch our shows. How do you get people to do that? Well, kind of the same way I guess you and I do. They use clickbait. In the first 2 or 3 seconds, they'll do or say almost anything to get you to pay attention. It works. How about these big real estate coaches throughout the country? You think they're going to use this? Oh, hell yes. Fear. Fear's what they peddle. Buy my coaching program or die. The only way you're going to be able to survive these lawsuit commission settlements is to get lined up with me, get in my coaching program, pay me a lot of money every month, or you're going to become extinct. They love the fear. If you're not aligned with me, you're out of here. And we kind of already feel the fear, the uncertainty of the future. Like, what's this going to mean? And as we sit here today, neither me or anybody else really knows all the dirty little details about how all this is going to play out. We don't. I can't tell you how it's all going to work out. I got some suspicions, but I don't want to share them publicly yet because they're just my little suspicions, my little hunches, my little guesses. I'll share them with you in one-on-one conversations, but I'm not going to get out there like everybody else does and start prognosticating about what's going to happen in a big scale kind of way when I don't really know. But then again, things aren't usually as good or bad as they seem. We seem to figure things out and we seem to keep moving on down the road through the process. Who else is using fear and drama with us? Vendors, people who want to sell you stuff, primarily their stuff. They want your credit card number. That's what they want. Haven't you figured it out by now? They're whispering in your ear. Hey, if you just had this, you'd sell more homes. If you just sold one more home this year, it'd pay for it. As if. Here's the problem with that, right? The flaw in the logic is that every dollar you make is profit. And it's not. Whether you want to think it is or not, just because you made $100,000 in commissions this year doesn't mean you made $100,000, right? You got me. You got FMLS with a hand in your pocket. You've got car, gas, insurance. You've got a lot of different things to pay for because you're a business owner. Every dollar you make's not profit. So the fallacy to all that the vendors want to sell you is, gosh, Mike, if you just sell one more house this year, it pays for itself. If you had our product, Mike, your problems go away. If you just did this with your social media, made it brighter, shinier, and prettier, you'd sell more houses. And by the way, you really only have to sell one more house to pay for it. Or this with your videos, or we can just go on and on with this. They used to get me too. Back in the day when I wasn't quite as skeptical as I am now, and maybe I couldn't have verbalized my objection, which today I can. Hey, that's not true. Every dollar I make's not profit. I don't know that I believe, you're assuming that I believe that your product will increase my transactional volume. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. So I think that all your product's likely to do is to eat into my profitability this year. Oh, vendors. Oh yeah, they're trying to get space in your head. And this stuff, oh, gives them something new to talk about, something new to focus on, some new drama, some new fear. Brokerages. So many lies, I can't even begin to outline them all. Basically, you come here, you get everything, right? Well, how does that work in like your business? Agents that are out there telling people, well, if you list your house with me for $500, I do the same thing as that agent over at Century 21 that wants to charge you full commission rate. Well, can that possibly be true? Or is that just a lie? Of course it's a lie. It's a limited service agreement. The next thing they tell them is all the things that they're not going to do. They actually make them sign a piece of paper, a limited service agreement saying, you understand we don't do all these things that agent over at Century 21 does. And you're sacrificing all these things to save money. And you and I would say to them, you know, you're not really going to save money. It's going to cut the exposure on your house, and that's going to actually cost you money. But then you and I turn around and do the same damn thing in our lives, because it's a very alluring lie. We do everything for this little bitty price. And brokerages are pushing that bullshit at you every day. We'll do everything that you have at Century 21, and we cost less. That is a fascinating concept to me. I want to figure out how they do that. I would actually sign up and pay to take that class. But you know what skeptical Mike thinks? Of course they don't. Of course they don't. It's just bullshit. And everybody's out there peddling it, using fear and drama to sell it, because fear and drama sell. Other agents. Oh, here we go. You've already seen it, haven't you? You know, I put them under the know-it-all categories because they know they are so smart. I mean, they don't really sell very many homes, but they're super smart. They're smarter than the rest of us, and they can see how things are going to play out down the road and the big ramifications of it all. And they're out there telling everybody that they know the answer. And the reason they do that is because they got something wrong. They think it's a credibility game. They think that it's about who knows the most, who sold the most, who has the most trophies. But you know, to the consumers, It's not a credibility game. It's a likability game. I don't care how many trophies you have. I don't know you. I know her. And I like her. So I'm going to go with her and not you, because you just seem like a know-it-all to me. You seem very into yourself. That makes me, I don't even know you and I don't like you. But I know her and I like her and I trust her, so that's who I do business with. Watch how the other agents, they can barely take care of themselves, barely get their socks to match every day, yet they understand big macroeconomic issues. Fascinating to me. Drama and fear sell. It just does. It appeals to the worst parts of all of us. It's like gossip. It just appeals to the lowest part of each of us. And we know we shouldn't go for it, but somehow we're like drawn to it, like we're drawn to a flame. We drink it down like it's Kool-Aid. Look at all these Facebook groups. Look what they're doing, right? We just gulp this stuff down by the gallons. It appeals to the worst part of our nature. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Amid the chaos and the drama, we're going to take a deep breath and we're going to calm our ass down. We're going to act like professionals. We're not going to make big deals out of things that aren't big deals. And we're going to help our customers with that. Next week, our 9 a.m. practice sessions each morning will focus on the conversations around this stuff that we will probably have with both our buyers and our sellers. And we're going to nail down our talking points, what we say and how we say it to them, because their questions are valid. They hear stuff, they see the newspaper, they watch TV, they don't really understand the issues, they're just kind of wondering what everybody else is wondering. Like, well, how will this matter to me? What impact will this have on my life? And we need to have our talking points down so we can help them navigate through that conversation. It's a legitimate issue. I also want you to send me your questions, your concerns, worries, situations, scenarios. Email them to me and I'll either address them here on the call, because if you have it, many other people are having it too, or we'll deal with it one-on-one. That's how we're going to deal with this, folks. We're just going to deal with it calmly, coolly, like seasoned professionals that we are, and we're going to help our customers, which is our role, move on down the road, and we're going to be fine. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go out there and we're going to make it happen for ourselves today.